I cannot fit all my feelings about this musical into 5 minutes. Hamilton has taken over my life. I'm a willing victim, but seriously, it has come in, it has pushed aside everything else that I'm interested in, and it has attacked me. Full on. This is ridiculous. Okay, I just want to tell you real quick about the first experience I had with anything Hamilton related that I knew was Hamilton related. This was the Grammys last year. Was it last year? I don't know. I lose track of time frames and stuff. But on the last Grammy Awards, they performed the opening number on the award show. And I thought it was really cool, but there was a segment that I completely blanked on because somewhere after "In New York You Can Be a New Man," I think I went into like sensory overload and I couldn't absorb any of it. Like, I was seeing it, I know people were running around, and I was hearing it, there was, you know, music and rapping and stuff happening, but I couldn't tell you what it was, because there was just nothing there. I, like, blacked out on it for a second. It was weird. And it kind of left me with this weird, like, anxiety about it. And then, at the recommendation of a friend who was already into the musical, I listened to that song with the lyrics in front of me. And once I figured out what was being said and what was happening, then I was able to actually get into the musical because I wasn't quite so freaked out by how quick everything was. And the rest of the musical predominantly isn't like that for me. So I don't know what happened that night. I don't know if that was just because it was that night or I don't know. Yeah, anyway. I am going to get to my feelings about Wait For It, because I have a lot of those, in a second. But there's something else I want to talk about, because I'm kind of obsessed with it and fascinated by it. Okay, so at the beginning of the play, when Laurens and Lafayette and Mulligan all come in, they're doing these like really basic, almost like 80s raps. That's how I heard it described. But it's just like this really simple, like back and forth, easy rhythms. They're good, but they're not like intricate. And then Hamilton comes in and just like explodes everywhere with these like raps from the future. He's like this ridiculous intellect that just like blows everything away. He comes in, you know, like, they're doing stuff like, "I'm John Laurens in the place to be," and it's very, like, back and forth and simple and bones. And then Hamilton comes in and starts throwing around all this, like, complicated, intricate stuff, like multiple rhymes in one line, all this, like, intricate polysyllabic internal assonance, all this complicated stuff. It's like he came in, he's, like, from a whole other planet compared to this. And the other thing that gets me the most is how quickly that rubs off on the other guys, because their next sections are getting like that too. Like, instantly, it's affecting them. I'm just, like, baffled by how awesome this musical is, oh my word. But Wait For It kills me in about 12 different ways. Yeah, I agree with you that every time I listen to it, it makes me cry over a different thing. I listened to it again last night, just to bask in the feels so I could be prepared for making this video. And yeah, that song is, like a train. It just hits me every single time. And I love it. I really do. Oh my goodness. I watched an interview with Lynn, one time, and in it he said that a good chunk of that song came to him all at once on the train to Brooklyn. He was going to a friend's birthday party, and all of a sudden, that section of it, "Death doesn't discriminate, it takes and it takes and it takes," and that whole section, all the way to the end, you know, "If there's a reason I'm still alive while everyone who loves me has died, I'm willing to wait for it," that whole chunk came to him all at once, bam, on the train. And he said he got to his friend's house, he said happy birthday, and then he left because he had to go finish writing this song. I just am fascinated by this whole musical and the movement that has happened around it. I have a lot of feelings about this musical, way more than I can cram into this video. I just really love this musical, and I feel like we should have a Skype call just to talk about it at the soonest possible convenience, because it's so good, and I want to shout about it to somebody in real time who actually knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go now. Those are my feelings. A lot of it is feelings that I get while I'm listening to it, and obviously I'm not listening to it now, so that's why the Skype call should happen. And, yeah. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, friend.